year over year.
Meeting of Salem County Food Authority coming to order. It's Monday, November 25th, 2013. It's 5 p.m. and we're located in the lower level of the pinball building. Stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Open public meeting statement. Notice this meeting has been provided to the public in accordance with New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act by publication in the South Jersey Times, the Elmer Times newspaper circulated in Salem County by posting notice in the Salem County Clerk's office. Copies of the board minutes and the video of this meeting are posted on SCIANJ.com. Everyone should take note that this is being videoed and you can look at it there too. 2 days once we get it on the machine. Okay, roll call please.
John Ober.
Here.
Pete Burrows.
Here.
Ron Howard.
Here.
Bob Whitfield.
Here.
Lou Snyder.
Let the records show that Lou Snyder advised you that he wouldn't be at this meeting if he had business elsewhere. Okay, solid waste division manager's report.
Minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oopsie.
Ooh. Regular meeting October 28, 2013. You had a chance to review the minutes. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Move to second. Any questions?
I have a quick comment on the new business. It says that I asked about the nursing home and whether it would have a standalone budget. And then I voted against the budget. I think there should be something more about why I voted against the budget. It wasn't because of the nursing home, it was because
Well,
of...
you didn't vote against the nursing home budget.
I voted against the solid waste budget. But if you read the minutes, it says I made a comment about the nursing home. And then in the roll call, I voted no on the budget.
What would you like to insert?
That I opposed the way the horizontal engineering was funded.
So you're making an amendment to change the,
Yes.
add to the minutes?
So that,
That's
put
why I
that
voted
for
against the
that
budget.
for a motion?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, there's a motion to amend.
I'll
A second.
second it.
Move to second. Okay, first off, motion. This is on the motion to amend the minutes. Move in second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Others? Okay, those will be amended to show that Mr. Whitfield objected to the solid waste budget revolving around the
horizontal engineering, it's 2013-14, and then also in capital.
okay.
It seemed like triple or quadruple dipping it.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, now any other questions on the minutes? Okay, hearing none, move to second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Okay, executive session on October 28th minutes. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
Move second. Any
Wait,
questions?
are they
Yeah.
prepared?
Yes.
Is it to follow?
Yes, they have been prepared. I'm sorry.
How are we going to vote on this?
Was there a packet, Bob, there at your desk when you came in?
No.
Entertain a motion to table the minutes.
There's no clip with any information on it.
I have my notebook.
I move the table.
Second that. Move to table the minutes.
He's the one who wants a second. Let him make
You want?
I haven't seen the minutes.
So you got to second the motion then?
The table?
Yeah. We move to second table. Any questions on the motion? Move to second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Where's his packet?
Did you get yours? You already have yours.
Apparently not here, so we'll go straight.
Okay, so noted.
Okay, next, solid waste division manager report, as I said.
Good evening. I would like you to look at the revenue landfill tonnage per month chart. So you can see we had a big drop, but we're coming back up, which is a good thing compared to last year. We have, I believe, doubled at the same time, just about doubled. Actually, a little bit more. The other chart is the leachate gallons per month, total drop down, because we haven't had hardly any rain. I know we're gonna get some on
Yeah.
Tuesday, but we haven't hardly had any rain, which is good for the leachate. Cover expenses are up because we needed more cover, so that is up.
That's for
And
DEP conditions.
that is correct. We will probably be done up on top of cells 1 through 7 by the end of next week. And we'll only have cell 8 left. It's getting very narrow and very skinny up there, because all the waste, we're diverting it up there to fill that up. They're building the new road into cell 8. They're still working on that. Other than that, does anyone have any questions on my report? Or the charts?
What do you contribute those to tonnage up for?
The extra tonnage, the non-Salem County entities, which is ever increasing each month, actually, get a little bit more.
What's most interesting is the street sweeping, which is a double whammy for us, because they not only pay for it, but it eliminates having to buy the cover, so that's
Yeah.
a super,
Win-win.
They're paying $7 a ton where they're used to paying $32 a ton.
right,
So it's a great advantage for them too,
right, and great advantage for us, we'd be paying $7 a ton to buy it.
right?
So it's $14 a ton to us, basically.
Yep.
That's the revenue to us, is $14 a ton, as opposed to.
The only disadvantage to the increase in the tonnage is that we don't have as much space as we would like to have. Yeah,
The way it is, yeah.
we need to get that cell 9 built yesterday, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, any questions?
Mr. Chair, if I
Yes, sir.
could, public service, still taking stuff from
They're
KCB?
bringing a little bit,
Little
yeah,
bit.
the river grass, not that much. 'Cause that's a seasonal thing, I think, more than, yeah. But yeah, they're still bringing some materials.
Okay, any other questions of the, okay.
Thank
without-
you.
Without objection, I'll receive the report and have it filed. I hear no objections, so ordered. Okay. Engineers report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The members have our report dated November 18th. The only thing I would add to it is for the cell 9 construction documents, the pre-bid meeting was held on November 19th, and as a result of questions asked, we did issue an amendment to the contract documents, just addressing some minor issues based on the questions. Nothing significant, no.
That's the
Okay.
insurance,
Pardon
the
me?
insurance question?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, any questions of the engineer? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order engineers report received and filed. Any objections, so ordered. Excuse me. Okay, resolution approving solid waste division bills. We have bills totaling $1,063,247.54 by check, and amount of $49,235 electronic payment, and 0 manual checks. I'll entertain a motion to approve these bills.
So moved.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
There's a second question on the motion. I do. The compactor, why do we pay some fire company, supply company for the compactor?
Mr. O'Brien,
Pardon?
that's for fire suppression on all the equipment.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's what I thought it was, I just wanted clarification. What do we pay for diesel fuel today? Anyone know that?
I will check on it. It's easy enough to check on the bill.
Who we paying, South Jersey Media, who's that?
That's the South Jersey Times for our public notices.
Okay, that's,
That's the media group,
yeah, okay, yeah, I thought it was. Okay, that's all my question. Any other questions?
Just one thing on pollution control, that money we're paying back for 28,
That's the fifth of our fifth payment, so that's the last of our
Last one.
five payments, yes.
That's the last for us. Okay, moving to second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So ordered. Where are we at? And we'll go to my Economic Development Division Manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Say Jim Store?
Yeah.
That was in my mind.
I'm Haiti, but. Okay, you have my written
Took
report.
one time.
Yeah, my written report is in front of you, part of your package. A couple updates. The activation on the tower out at Gateway, activation is scheduled, tentatively scheduled for mid-January 2014 to be activated. So we'll see where that is, you know, when we get to January, we'll find out. That's the latest information. You all have a copy of the Salem County Resource Guide, which has been part of your booklet package. This has been a long, drawn out, took quite a few months to get this done. So, and this is the economic, Salem County, New Jersey, Discover the Opportunities in Salem County, very nice guide. Actually came out with some nice print. This was a no cost obligation to us. The only cost we have is the back page, so, for the act. So, that, the draft report, Phil's not here this evening, but Phil and I met last week, last Wednesday. Spent about 2 hours revising the draft for the strategic plan. So hopefully we'll have draft number 2 coming up. Hopefully we'll have everything ready for presentation to the board on December's meeting.
Very good, thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered.
Thank you.
Consultants report, we have a report.
That Jim just gave it for the strategic.
Okay. The Economic Development Division bills. We have a total of $1,020.42.
Motion approved?
Moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Any question on the motion? Moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, where are we at? Executive Finance Committee meeting. Okay, the Executive Finance Committee met on the matter of Debbie Turner Fox pay increase, retroactive pay increase, as she was skipped over last year, and ostensibly the reason for it was that we were waiting for the audit to be finalized. That was some controversy last year, and we would basically base our part of her pay increase on the success of the audit. We've had great success with the audit. Matter of fact, one of the best ones I've ever seen down there. So based on that, the executive committee met, we agreed to advise the board to get a retroactive increase, which we had talked about that last year, on January 1 of 13, of 5%. Again, that was discussed last year when she was passed over for a raise. So that's the advice of the executive committee. So any questions?
Is there a contract with that?
There's a contract that's been in force. How was that enforced from?
March
March of
11.
11. No change in contract. The original contract was March?
March was the original one, amended only in financial until November of 11.
And how many years?
I believe it was 3 or 4 years. 3 years. So, now, of course, we will take up her pay with the regular group for the ensuing year, which that's down on the agenda here somewhere. So I don't know, we should probably be in order to vote on that.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any question on the motion? Then the second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Okay. You voted no? Thank God, the record showed that I would have felt voted no. Is there a reason for voting no? I know
I
you're
just would like
always.
to see the contract, that's all.
Oh, no problem.
It doesn't change anything, it still goes through.
So if you see the contract, you vote yes?
Well,
Well, no, we'll get you the contract right now.
Wait, give me the contract and I'll review it. If you wanna take a break in the meeting while I review it.
No, I won't do that. Anyone want to do that?
No,
Okay.
let's roll.
Okay, next, Personnel Committee.
Well,
Meeting, or report.
we met, we, talked about we did interview one more candidate for the landfill supervisor job. And we're prepared to bring those to the board tonight. We talked about some staffing issue. And Debbie, you wanna dive in on the new dental plan?
Sure. The quotes have come in on our dental plan relative to Delta Dental as well as state health benefits. They're looking at basically a doubling of our premiums. Horizon, who declined to bid and provide a quote because we're the exiting entity with the county, as of Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, has decided that they will give us a quote before the end of this week.
That's Horizon?
Horizon, yeah. Right now, we do have the pricing, which was in your packet for the Aetna plan, which they're willing to hold the pricing the same as it was this year, but only until October of next year, because that's when the county's plan runs forward. And we're also looking at MetLife, which was about 120% of where we were. We're not prepared to make a recommendation to the board until we see the Horizon quotes, and we'll bring that back to a personnel committee meeting before our December meeting for action.
We've been working on the policy and management for quite some while. We have a hard copy, and I can look at that and any other minor changes and bring it back to the board next month. And everything else is self-explanatory there.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Questions? I have a question. So we have dental coverage now?
We do have dental coverage through the end of December of this year with Horizon, with our current carrier. They agreed to extend the terms to us.
Okay.
Beyond that, we asked for pricing and quotes.
Right.
What's the hard copy draft that will be presented to the personnel committee on Monday for the policy and procedure manual?
That's the manual that you wanted on a flash drive instead of hard copy.
And that'll be next Monday?
We'll actually give that to you, yeah. And the rate quotes on the sheet were included in the correspondence lesson.
Well, for the dental.
For the dental.
Okay, so,
Yeah, the rates basically, if I can just pull them up real quick here.
well, I'm
Okay.
just
That's not
interested
prepared correction.
that we had a lapse in
Yeah,
coverage.
there's no lapse of coverage.
Did we have a lapse actually for a few days? I guess if your tooth got hurt that day.
We were notified on October 18th
Pardon?
that the plan, we were notified on October 18th that the plan had terminated with the county on October 1st.
So 18
However-
days our people did not cover.
However, Horizon did go back retroactively at our request
Right.
and cover those claims.
Okay, so as long as my concern is that we, okay, so much for the personnel committee. Any questions on personnel, other questions? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, if I could, I don't know when the last time, Madam Director, when you talked to the county about dental, but there has been some changes. Aetna has added some additional providers and everything, so you may want to get like an updated status of where they are.
Yeah, when Aetna gave us their current email with the rates on it, they did send over the most recent
Most recent
providers
list, very
list.
good.
The problem with their providers list, there was no dentist in Salem County, right?
No, there was just a disruption within our employee base. Yeah, there's a coverage.
In other words, our employees didn't use any of the people on their list.
They were out
That
of
was the
network,
problem.
yeah.
Okay.
I know that they have some additional ones. I think Popec, just for an example, in Pennsville, I think is going to maybe become available January 1, 2014. So there have been some changes, some amendments, so just ask that you
Okay.
maybe reach out for the most current.
Okay, any other questions of personnel? Hearing none, no objection, order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Solid Waste Committee.
Escrow, the sanitary escrow audit is complete, and leachate tank 2 is progressing. And cell 9 bids are due December 5th. Have you anything?
There's some DEP enforcement activities I'll cover in my report in more detail. And we did have a meeting subsequent to our DEP enforcement activity with DCO Energy, that I'll give you an update on as well.
And we had that meeting with the DEP and supervisor, which was favorable. He's on our page, so that's a good thing. We'll be moving forward in a good way.
He's on the back page, we're on the front page.
Right.
Okay, I have a question. The county auditor back at the Mercadian, what is that all about? All the information that they're asking about the solid waste?
They did a budget analysis from 2011, 12, and 13 for variances. and
We got a free over here.
responses.
Mr. Cross, maybe you can tell me. The county auditor, Acadian, has been asking for various documents. And I asked one of the freeholders who authorized this activity, and he couldn't tell me who. He didn't even know about it. Do you know about it?
Yeah, this has been going on for some time. They were requesting information of us, and we just said we actually put them in direct contact with you folks.
Who's paying for that?
That's the county. Mercadian is,
You gave them a contract?
official title, they are
Through your auditor?
auditor.
Yeah. But did you give them a contract for that?
We have a contract with Mercadian.
And you gave them a purchase order to do that piece of the work?
You would have, I could take that back to the CFO, I can't tell you that.
Yeah, I'd like to know that because when I first heard about it, I just saw it was a couple bits and pieces of information. And apparently they have a staff, top staff guy working on it full time. And that would mean some big money, if that's in fact true. We have the freehold director. Do you know anything about that?
All seven of us was aware of getting this information.
But did the county give them a purchase order to do it?
We gave them authorization, so I would assume that a purchase order would be created.
But you know the cost of it?
No, I do not.
Maybe we can, our secretary, maybe we can get the cost up.
And I think
Yeah, I'll take it back to
Cross said
CFO.
he would get
Yeah.
it.
But the freeholder board authorized that?
All seven, unanimous.
No.
What's frustrating for me is they have, and the freeholders have all this information, and the guy's coming back and asking us questions. The answers are in the information we gave you, so we're spending time, our money
Well, that's-
and time
that's why
doing
we-
his job. So
why
we get
we-
a kickback or get on his payroll, because it's frustrating, all that time we tied up.
Okay, so we got that, where we at? I'm lost.
Innovation and technology.
Oh, yes, innovation and technology. Okay, Mr. Sajak, can you give us a report on that?
Yes, Member Snyder and I did have the opportunity to speak on Friday before he left. And just a quick update, our computer network migration has been completed. We did have a internet outage today that is being diagnosed right now. Our IT service requests for November, for the most part, have been closed. There's a few relative to software installation and a bad read on our server that came over from the county that we're looking to replace. We also received, after I spoke with the county purchasing agent, Jessica Foote, an amended share services agreement for the period of time of April 1st to August 31st, when they were basically housing our equipment and just providing the internet service. That was before our network stood up on its own. We were successful in negotiating that time period back to April 1st to August 31st of this year, and bringing the price from $800 down to $400 per month for a total cost of $2,000. Mr. Snyder is in favor of seeing that go forward, and I think it's certainly much more reasonable than it was in the beginning. Just as a notation, we did not receive any help desk support during that period of time. We were paying PC Network for contract support then. We also have given the county a year-end deadline just to remove any equipment of theirs that they so choose. Right now, IT is evaluating what's worthwhile and what's available, and what they will just surplus out. And we're still waiting. We did receive a verbal request by the county to have another antenna co-located on the Gateway Water Tower. We did ask them to put that in writing, but to date we have not received that request in writing. And that's all there is. It came from Ryan. and
It came
IT.
from Ryan.
Well,
But
we have it in writing, this deal?
No, they made a verbal request, and we asked for them to put it in writing, because the agreement that we have with New Jersey American Water
It's a data.
is limited to emergency management antenna only. And so that would need to go back and be amended in the whole contract and have New Jersey American Water approve it. So we're not taking any action. I'm not bringing anything up here until such time as we receive it in writing.
Okay, how about the deal with the $400? Is that in
Yes,
writing?
that is in writing. That is in our new business for action.
Okay, good.
Who gave the request for the antenna, the county or?
The county IT department.
IT.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
county IT department.
that's an epic, no, saga of the antenna, right? We've been working on that for years. For one lousy antenna, whatever. Okay, I have something, okay. Any questions on the innovation technology area? Hearing none, I'll order the report received, and no objection, order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. One thing we skipped over is, where are we with the engineering report on the industrial park? Remember that study we had to do, or the county had to do? Is that being done?
The expansion,
No, the
Environmental study.
the environmental study? No, following the last meeting, I did what I was requested to do at this meeting, which was to send a correspondence over to the county solicitor, which is in your correspondence packet, letting them know that we are no longer in a position to go forward and do that certification for them, that they're required to do it, and also advising them that we have no interest in obtaining ownership of those two parcels, and cautioning them on other interested parties such as Matrix that may be interested should they decide to sell to a third party.
But here's the problem. They're violation of law, December 31st, right? And we did you include that
That is
in
included
the?
in that, yes it is.
And Freeholder Lori knows about that too, I don't know if you did.
Oh, that's right.
He was here.
And the attorney, we notified the attorney of that, right?
Everybody
Was
was
he
happy
out
on it.
or is he in?
The letter went to the attorney, I don't know.
There was a copy in our packet of the
Oh, okay.
correspondence, right?
And it went to all the freeholders as well as the clerk of the board administrator.
Mr. Cross, you aware of that?
I am.
So,
I'm aware of those actions and the alternatives that were sent out by Madam Director.
okay. Okay, that's that. Old business, let's get.
My report.
Oh, I'm sorry, skip it.
Behind tab 6, you have my report, a few things to highlight.
Oh, yeah.
We will be discussing in closed session notification that we received formally from Golden Nursing Home for the audit adjustment period. They have a slightly different calculation than what we had in our Medicaid audit, to the tune of $158,349.14. Solid Waste Division, you've heard the engineer and the Solid Waste Division Manager's report. Just a notation on the bill list this month, we also had the second application for payment on the leachate tank, which was for the tank itself, so that was a pretty hefty price tag of over $5 million. And you also have a change order pending in your new business for several $1,000s for the pollution control liability policy for that project. The operations maintenance manual and safety manuals have been redrafted and have been received. They are now going to be reviewed by engineering and staff, hopefully for an end-of-year adoption. We've talked about cell number 9. We've talked about the sanitary landfill audit. There's no violations or warnings there. We did have a very productive and long meeting with our solid waste enforcement inspector, Mr. Hanson, and his supervisor. We went violation by violation through the notice they provided to us at nauseam. Went through our permit with them, explained our operations and our historical operations with them. We have a mutual understanding on how we will proceed forward in a perhaps more cooperative environment than we've ever had in the past. The notices of violation that were rendered have all been resolved to their satisfaction as of that date. I am in the process of finalizing authorization and correspondence back to them regarding that. There is some follow-up activity that we still need to do. They want us to work more aggressively on the reduction of the ag plastic. So we are working with DCO to fast-track the installation of that 3-phase electric in there. They would like us to file for modification of our solid waste permit in regards to the laydown area in the rear of the property where our tire chip pile and our brush pile is. That had never been called out on the site plan previously, and they would like to see it so noted. And they want to see us continue to increase the use of our daily cover and litter control of the property. So those are commitments we've made. In regards to the administrative order and civil penalty from October of 2011 and the odor complaint that occurred at that time, we have received a final offer from the NJDEP, who is willing to accept our counter offer of the $10,000, provided that 75% of that is included in a special environmental project and 25% is in a financial fine. They are in the process of writing that up. That has to come before the board for authorization and consent. They also did a November 8th Title V air permit inspection. We are still waiting the final report on that, but they were kind enough to call Melinda and I, have a conference call to give us a heads up on some variances that they saw from the permit. There are 3 notices of violation with no penalties that will be assessed, and that is for the installation and use of the Tier 3 baler instead of a Tier 4 baler. And there are also several line items, and in your packet you have a settlement offer from them in regards to penalties that were waged in the amount of $12,000 for reporting and surface area monitoring violations. I'll talk more of that when we get to that resolution. The draft strategic plan for economic development, as you have noted, is in draft 1 form. We expect we'll see another draft before we'll present it to the board in final. We're continuing to work with the Pascal Sykes Foundation for Economic Initiatives. They're continuing to hold monthly meetings with the Nonprofit Financing Fund to craft a multi-county economic initiative for the area. And let's see.
Debbie, I just want to mention on this air emissions penalty, I want to compliment you on turning that around to where it's going to benefit, will be able to benefit us with this program we're going to use and reduce the fine really low. I think that was a great move.
DEP has seen that this
Is that
administration,
under control?
kudos to Melinda as well,
Melinda, thank you.
that they're very
Good job.
proactive and are very willing to work as a good actor in
Yeah.
terms when documentation is not complete. The budget is ready for adoption, and that is on the agenda for the night's meeting. The final policy and procedures manual, 3rd draft, is now under review with solicitor risk manager. We're giving it over to the board for you guys to have a look at it. And just a notation, December 5th at 1 is your bid opening for cell number 9. A December 16th is the next board meeting. Note, that's the 3rd Monday of the month, not the 4th Monday because of the Christmas holiday. And we do need to schedule a reorganization meeting for February. Any questions?
Any questions? Hearing none?
The difference the nursing home is saying, that's supposed to be what, 24,000?
Yeah, 24,465.
Well, we're gonna take it up in closed session, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Just as there's a difference of 24,000, and of that 158,000, the county owes about 2/3 of it. We owe about 1/3 of it, is that correct? Round numbers.
Round numbers.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So the county would be roughly, well, the amount that we were privy to was 138,000 or so. Now they come up with 158, we don't know where that came from. So there's some $20,000 difference, but there's some question whether we owe it at all. Again, that's the first question. Maybe not, we'll talk to our attorney on that. Then the question, the county joining in with a settlement, maybe opting for a settlement and try to, get it reduced, who knows? So that'll all be taken up in closed session. Okay, any other questions of the executive director? Hearing none, I'll order the report received. Without objection, I'll order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay, now it's all business, right? Okay, landfill supervisor. The last guy out, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna take this up in closed session, right? That's the proper place to take this up?
If we're gonna discuss them, yes.
Yes. We have another candidate, and we can get into that.
Yeah, if we want to discuss, talk
Yeah.
about him, then yeah.
So, I'll postpone that without objection, postpone that to the closed session. Motion approving 2014 salary raise increase. Don't you think we should do that after approval of the budget?
can do that in whatever order.
All right, would that make sense? Approve the budget, but then we have the money to pay.
That's fine.
No big deal. Okay, resolution adopting the solid waste division budget 2014. We've went over this, this is the main budget actually, this is the big money is. We went over that, this budget for 3 or 4 meetings. We adopted it in preliminary form last month. Went to the state, they approved it, which was a record time for them, is that correct?
Every time for us and them.
Right, yeah, so we're on the forefront of the budget approvals. So any questions on it?
Well, motion to approve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to approve, I have a second.
Second.
There's a second. Questions on the motion? Any questions?
Well, it still has the, my objections.
Well, when you verbalize it, we'll get it in the minutes. That way, that'll be good to get it in the minutes now so that we could.
Okay, without looking at the numbers, off the top of my head, it was, the horizontal expansion was budgeted in 2013 with $350,000. It's complete, right? The bids are going out next week, or that's budgeted
That was the
again in
engineering
2000,
portion.
yeah, the engineering portion.
Right.
In 2014, it's $350,000 again. And then in the capital budget, it's budgeted again for $700,000, which is the same for horizontal
Well, you know,
expansion.
you got something there, because I'll tell you what, if we eliminated that, that would reduce the percentage we're giving to the county, wouldn't it? Is that true?
Well, you can use it a different way. You don't have to have it in that. You can have an account that where you're replenishing your renewal account.
Like, we could do that no matter what.
Yeah, but why not budget that instead of making accounts that just have so
I'd rather
much?
do it the other way and eliminate the percentage going to the county. 5% that goes to the county, right? 5, 10, 15, 18.5, 17.5, my poor brain.
Well, last month would have been the time to do that because you have the state approval now.
So you advise not to do it.
Well, I advise to do it, but you're going to be delaying because you have to get reapproved from the state, which puts you on the same schedule you normally do.
But the point is, we wouldn't spend the money unless we have to spend the money, and money can't be spent unless it goes through this board anyway.
You know,
so-
instead of putting it into a category that you've already funded several times, why not put it into a category of refunding your renewal and replacement order?
Semantics, right?
It's 1.4 million engineering for horizontal expansion.
We don't have no contract for it,
You have a contract, you have one, your award.
not for 1.4 million.
There's no number on it, there's no max on it. It's coming up tonight, you'll see it.
Yeah. I think there is a max on it, if not, I'm sure it is. But anyway, okay, so that's the only question on the budget? Okay. Any other questions? Okay, moved and second, roll call vote, please.
John Ober,
Yes?
Ron Howard,
Yes.
Pete Borrows,
Yes.
Robert Whitfield.
No.
Okay. Resolution adopting economic development division budget 2014. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Moved.
Second.
Second. Any questions on this budget? This is the baby budget. Hearing none, yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, if I could, with what you're taking out of the unrestricted net assets for solid waste division and economic division, I was just gonna ask, what is that balance at the end?
What?
What's the balance at the end of, after these two?
I know it's in the audit. You know,
We'll be happy to give you that. The balance for the Economic Development Division is going to be basically.
oh, on the
nothing.
economic development division?
Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh, I'm
nothing.
sorry, I thought you meant the whole budget.
That will use the total unexpended
Okay.
surplus, yes. That was from the sale of the gateway parcels.
Solid waste division?
I have to look that up.
Doesn't have to be right now.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, any other questions? Is there a second? Roll call vote.
John Eber,
Yes?
Ron Howard,
Yes.
Pete Juarez.
Yes.
Bob Whitfield.
Yes.
Okay. Nursing home division report. Budget. Entertain a motion to adopt that budget.
Motion approved.
Moved.
Second.
Second. Any questions on this? As you well know, this is a pass-through budget. We get the revenue from the county, we pay it to the state for the health, or the, what's the proper terminology, the
State health
retirees,
benefits. Retirees state health
health benefit
benefits.
fund, I guess it is, right? And there's a couple other pennies in there for potential unemployment and
And any professional services associated with that.
any questions?
This is nursing home, right?
Nursing home. Moved and seconded, roll call, please.
John Eber,
Yes.
Ron Howard,
Yes.
Pete Juarez,
Yes.
Bob Whitfield.
Yes.
How come I always go first? My special?
The way it is on here. I just read them like you see them.
Is Bill by, get a lottery, or, my name was Z-E, I went by alphabetical order. Where we at? So we,
Get on
okay,
the
roll call vote. Okay, report. Okay, resolutions appointing professionals.
This economic development, did we do that one?
Yeah, we did it, yeah. Where we at? Wait a minute, did I skip one?
We did 3 budgets.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. No, the other, okay.
I voted twice.
Hold on.
No.
I'm all right, yeah. I'm good. I thought I lost one there.
I vote yes for it.
Okay.
We did three.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The roll call?
Yeah, we did.
You can catch it in a minute.
Where we at? Yeah.
We have a letter of recommendation relative to the professional services contracts that were opened, along with the chart and the summary tabulation of the bidders. So if you're right behind that, it's your first resolution that will be taken.
Where's the letter?
Right there.
Oh, this one. Oh,
This
I'm
one,
not-
tab, what tab is that?
That was part of what was supposed to be
8.
seated at your seat. Tab 8.
behind tab 8, behind the first blue, doohickey.
Here you go, Bob.
Okay.
That's the final one.
You wanna give us a rundown of this letter?
Sure.
The
Sure.
Reader's Digest first?
The fair and open process, which was authorized by this board, requests for proposals were submitted under a public notice. And on November 6th, responses for all the professional services for the San County Improvement Authority were opened. For the most part, those that requested copies of the proposals did submit. There were some notable exceptions, particularly in the engineering line item. We always get a number of calls from engineers till they realize it's a landfill and that they might not have that expertise. And also a company called Tectonic that called for a copy of all the proposals and then didn't submit for any of them. And we think they're just a bid broker, is what they do. Proposals were opened, they've been summarized there. This fair and open process is based on price and other factors. So their evaluations were done on experience of the firm, the responsiveness to the request for proposal, which outlined our expectations for them, how well they submitted complete documentation. There is a notation on the attached chart that shows that there were some, what I call curable defects, some firms that did not submit complete documentation, but are permitted the time frame prior to the execution of the contract to cure. So they may have submitted proof of certificates of insurance, but not necessarily the actual certificate of insurance. They may have submitted their statement of compliance with affirmative action, but didn't submit their EEI report. In the end, the recommendations are there for the board to appoint at your leisure who you would like to have your professionals for next year.
Okay, let's start on the first one, I guess. First one would be the auditor.
And in this instance, you had one respondent.
Phone income? Motion approved. What number is that?
And great.
Second.
Number second, any question on the motion?
Yes, is it a curable condition about the date?
What the,
Having looked at the rules and the regulations, the lazy bidder law, as you referred to 40:A, does not apply to professional services contracts. And we did have the attorney look at that.
is this the question that Rosenberger asked about?
I got a question Debbie told me about it, I don't know where that
Well, wait,
where it derived from.
I got a question from Rosenberger. Where'd you get the question?
From Mr. Whitaker.
Oh, okay.
How's Rosenberg going to do any of this?
Probably want to do it.
No.
You late?
The issue that I was provided was,
These were accepted on.
Oh, wait, let's ask Mr.
Specifically not
Whitfield.
allowed the day after election day.
Mr. Whitfield, what's your you have a question on it?
Yes, the local finance notice 1/2013 has dates when you're allowed to accept bids, and one of them is the day after election day is not allowed, and professional services are not in this, but what we did, RFPs are included.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure professional services are, right, they're exempt from bidding.
Yes.
But
RFPs are included in this,
RFPs are included in what?
in the dates of the,
What are you looking at?
this is the law here, but these are the dates when biddings are allowed, and
Sure.
the day
Yeah,
after.
that's for bids under the local public contracts law. But these aren't bids under local public contracts law because they're professional
Are they
services.
proposals?
Their proposals are
Well,
under
we have to
Title
read that
18.
then.
Well, yeah, these are all the bid dates. In addition, bids may not be accepted on any Monday. Local finance notice provides local procurement officials a list of 2013 federal and state holidays for ensuring local compliance with NJSA 48:11-23, which is local public contracts law, and JSA 18A:18, which is school board stuff. Okay. The law does not apply to quotations or professional services.
Unless you do it,
Unless what?
unless you do it as a request for proposals, where you're not awarding just a contract to a professional. You know, you can do it without soliciting quotes on the professional services.
I'm not sure if well, isn't that what we're doing?
We did it under a fair and open process.
Right.
Yes.
Of 19.
This is under Title 19. Now, Title 19 doesn't have these requirements with regard to dates in which the proposals can be submitted, as far as I'm aware. Now, are you saying that these are proposals under local public contracts law?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because you have requests for proposals and not just, these aren't professional services contracts. I mean, it doesn't say anything
Well-
about professional services.
What doesn't say that?
The resolution to approve them.
The ensuing contract is a professional services contract that we issue to the professionals.
Bob, are you asking because you think we broke the law, or are you asking because
I
somebody?
think you had the wrong date. I think you had the wrong date.
But because we broke the law, or because we shortchanged somebody?
You have the wrong date. I mean,
Okay.
if
Broke the
there's a
law.
law, you broke the law.
Okay, that's what I was asking. And the lawyer says no?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when it comes to these issues, I'm directly affected when it comes to
Sure.
hiring, and I put everybody on notice of the fact that I'm one of the proposers, so, you have to keep that in mind with regard to my ability to provide my opinions. I can, and I ask you to keep that in mind. My understanding is that these are proposals under the fair and open process. under Title 19. I personally am not aware of anything that requires requires the bids to be submitted on a certain date. I am aware of what Mr. Whitfield is referring to with regard to bidding under local public contracts law, but I feel as though this is separate and apart. However,
This is not
keep in
local
mind the
public.
fact that of what my position is here as well, so I think that's the best I can tell you.
Well, I think there's a way possibly we could cure this. We could award the contracts, get an opinion from another lawyer, okay? If the lawyer tells us no, okay, then we can authorize advertising again and have them ready for December meeting.
You do
Yeah,
that.
and as is a, qualified purchasing agent, there has not, to my knowledge, been a time when the fair and open process has conflicted with Title IV-A. When that rule came into effect, it was deemed the lazy bidder's law, and it was indeed for fixed bid, fixed price contracts, and also competitive contracts for those vendors who did not want to come in and submit, or could not submit a proposal after a holiday or on a Monday. And it was limited to those instances.
And let me say this, all the bidders will be at a distinct disadvantage. That's another thing to think about. Let's think about federal law, okay? The bidders would be at a distinct disadvantage. For example, we'd ought to be down by the exact penny of the low bidder. Matter of fact, I don't know if I ever would have hired a lowest lawyer, lowest price lawyer. Let's say we got a lawyer offering their service for $25. Do you think we'd take it? I don't think so.
Well, you still don't you don't have to do the lowest.
Well, I understand, but the point is, the people who bid in good faith are gonna be at a disadvantage. The other people come in and take apart their proposal and nickel them here and nickel them there, and so there's something to think about. Really, do we even have to go through the fair and open process? Some cases we probably do, in some cases we don't, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's up to this board as to whether or not it wants to utilize the fair and open process or utilize what they call the non-fair and open process.
Which is more fair and open.
Which, well, it all depends on how you look at it. I mean, but the bottom line is it's really up to this board when it comes to issuing contracts in excess of $17,500 or not. That's your threshold.
Oh, I understand that,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no law that says we have to go through that process.
The fair and open process? No.
You could go through it to some degree by accepting proposals, which we did, informal proposals, which you could make these proposals informal because they were not open on the given day.
No, there's a different certification that's required to go down the non-fair and
I
open
understand that,
process.
I'm well aware of it, well aware of it.
John, was Mr. Rosenberger asking to be a lazy bidder when he answered this, or?
He didn't ask me, someone else asked me.
Oh, okay.
For him.
Gotcha.
I didn't understand, when I heard it, now I understand
Gotcha.
where it was all coming from.
All right.
That time I was like, I left field, what? Because it never occurred to me that this fell under the, I'm well aware that it's for plumbers and pipe covers. Yes. So I would suggest that we go forward, award the contracts, if we find there's a fault, re-advertise and accept them at a later date. It could be for naught, or it could be something to it. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Solicitor?
Well, again, you gotta take my comments
Oh, I
for
understand
what
that.
they're worth, and I ask you not to, I ask you, realize that my comments are based upon a, obvious interest I have in this. If you want to award the contract subject to an opinion from attorney, I don't have an objection to that. If you want to table this, subject to an opinion of attorney, that's fine. If you want to go in a different direction, that's fine. I think the issue is for you to decide
Yeah.
what you think is best for the
Well, I would
board.
suggest we do it that way. Now, who are we gonna use for the, what's the name, attorney, the conflict attorney, that's the key. I would suggest maybe, I know.
Is there a reason you're doing them in November instead of December like you did last year?
Just to get it done. I mean,
So you still have a month.
we're trying to, yeah,
Well, there's
well,
still,
just to get stuff out of the way. We're always running up against the gun, and we're trying to not run against the gun. Brown Connery would be a good firm for me, because they have a knowledge in this area. They're a firm that's done quite a bit of work in this area. So,
Anybody object to that?
Who was it?
Brown Connery, Cooper Brown.
Anybody local?
I don't want no one local.
I know you don't, that's what, it's obvious when you go through these.
No, you wouldn't want anybody local. For a conflict, everybody's got a friend. This is a small community of lawyers, which you well know, I well know. Every lawyer is almost conflicted here because of the small community of lawyers.
And what's this gonna cost?
It almost, yeah, it's gonna cost $5,000 for sure.
What's it cost to rebid it?
Pardon?
What's it cost to rebid it?
$5,000. That's probably high, but it'll cost something. All the advertising and all.
So it's not like we're talking about paying $10,000 to $15,000 or something.
Well, we wanna do it right. We don't wanna,
Well, if anybody that's not successful decides that they found a flaw and they can challenge it and throw all the bids out, then
that's
you have to
why,
rebid it also.
Well, that's the way we ought to go then, not to get attorney to see if it's right or
Just
wrong.
rebid
Let
it.
somebody else say that we're doing it wrong, and then we get the.
well, no, that's the wrong way to do it. That you get halfway through the year
They
and,
would do it right up front?
no.
Well, we got an opinion from our attorney saying it's okay.
Well, he's conflicted. He
Let's
tells
get
us
this
he's
done,
conflicted.
yeah, I understand that, let's get this done, and then if there's any, we'll get another look at it.
So we'll approve them subject to,
We'll vote on them, subject to.
well, and then we can get the opinion from, actually, as I said, actually, just Brown Connery.
You okay with that, Debbie Brown?
They're fine.
Okay.
I don't have really any opinion. They just know they're not a bidder, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right away. Who's not a bidder and who that has.
Well, let's roll then.
There's only 2 bidders in the area for attorney.
I understand, but most of the attorneys in Salem County are conflicted because it's such a small community of attorneys. So he asks the attorney who's a friend of this attorney, who's a friend of that attorney, get somebody who's, got, well away from it, and who has experience in that field, and they do.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we at?
Question on the motion of approving the first Bowman.
Well, I'm
Well, you
still-
want to just hold these off until December if you have an opinion?
No, I said get moving. Because I don't think that you're correct. I could be, not there for me to be concerned about.
And then Debbie's a.
And
I discussed it with Gordon Ball while I was at the league last week, and he thought you'd have to redo it. I didn't,
He's from the DCA.
yeah, he's head of purchasing. He's my old teacher. I'm a QPA also. I didn't give him names or anything like that, but he says that's why, well, he says you have to redo it, because any one person could throw the whole thing out, and they could do it halfway through the year.
Oh, that's exactly what.
Yeah, I know. So if
Well,
you have to do it in February.
this is the best way to do it. You get the opinion is ironclad, you keep moving forward. If it's bad, we authorize the executive director to advertise and have them ready at the December meeting,
Okay,
right?
okay. We beat it pretty good now, getting close to a motion to proceed.
Okay,
We get
let's
this
go.
done. Going around circles.
Where were we at? This is
Bowman.
Bowman and Company.
I made a motion to approve.
We gotta make
Ron,
sure
second.
Second.
Moving
And
second,
then there's
all,
questions, any other questions? on the
Okay.
legality?
moving second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's the.
Opposed? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, opposed?
No.
Okay. next one is,
Hold on a sec. No,
Motion.
I'm sorry?
Don't they need a motion to do that?
I just heard two
No.
oppositions
where did you hear too?
from Mr. Whitfield and from him.
Oh,
I said he didn't ask for a
no, he said, he voted in the affirmative.
yeah.
Okay.
I said yes.
I
He said that I asked for,
I didn't want to move on and
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
get
sorry.
confused.
very
Next
good.
resolution is number 94, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Legal services, 94. Okay, entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion for Adam
Have a
Telson.
second?
Second.
Move second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Opposed?
No, I'm, comments, I'm glad we had one in Salem County. It's nice to have a Salem County person.
Okay, resolution awarding fair and open contract by the legal service, okay, that was that one. Bond counsel,
Parker McKay, number 94 of 95, is it? I make a motion to approve.
Second.
moving second. Any question on the motion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And, resolution awarding fair and open contract by professional engineering service for solid waste division.
T&M Associates, resolution number 96. Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second, all, question on the motion?
Burlington County, just mention it.
Pardon?
Just Burlington County, that's all.
Burlington.
Yeah, we,
They're from Burlington.
Oh,
you'll see a pattern in a minute. It'll keep going. I think you should get a, some kind of an award from Burlington County freeholders saying, thanks for doing our economic development for us. But, yes, in favor of it.
You voted yes? Okay. Moving second, all in favor signify by saying yes, they did. Opposed? Approved. Okay. Does that affect? Oh, yeah, look, it's getting down there, isn't it? Financial advisory service, rather than awarding fair and open contract to provide financial advisory services, which is,
NW Finance Group LLC, resolution number 97. Motion to approve.
Second.
moving second. Any question on the motion?
Burlington County.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, next one, economic development consulting services. This is number 98.
Resolution number 98. Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second, any question on the motion? Not Burlington County.
Yes,
Huh?
Burlington County.
Phil Rowe?
Marvin?
Huh?
He's from Burlington.
Yeah, he's always in Camden now, isn't it? Isn't it always in Camden?
It's on ship.
Huh?
It's always
Yeah.
on the ship.
His mailing address is Marlton.
Oh, okay, yeah, he don't live there. I don't know,
He doesn't live on the ship either.
yeah. Okay, so the move is, do we approve that? Moving second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay. Next. Provide risk management consultant.
Number 99, resolution. Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second, any question on the motion? Now, this is almost no money at all, right?
Yeah, this is statutory limitations by the state insurance fund.
It's
So it's a
paid by
6%.
statewide,
That's my point. Our,
unless you use them for safety manuals, like I think you may have.
No, paychecks to the state
Paychecks.
manuals,
yeah, so the point is, although we've done the fair and open and so forth, it's a couple $1,000.
Yeah, and there's some legislation pending relative to the appointment of risk managers and insurance entities. And you're far better off putting something out for fair and open or non-fair and open than just making a unilateral appointment. Because it is pass-through funding that we're giving to statewide to pay these guys.
Okay. K, this is for, professional engineering topographical survey. Hold on, I
Sickles
lost
and
it.
Associates,
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Did you vote?
We haven't voted.
Vote on this one, 99.
Okay, the moved and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Did I say Burlington County yet?
No.
It's-
What's this town? Who's this, that was on the, what's
That's
that?
Hardenberg,
Oh,
that's risk.
what are they called?
Taunton.
Well,
We'd love to have
I
them
used to be,
co-locate
I used to
here.
be my post office, I live in Everett, it used to be my post office address. Okay, K, topographical.
Sickles and Associates, resolution number 100, motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second, any question on the motion?
Yes, I'd like to suggest Fralinger for this, for the topo engineering.
Well, he wasn't complete.
Yes, he was. As far as I
Did
saw.
you give us a,
Yeah, he submitted an hourly rate
That's all he
for
asked
his,
it was didn't include the area,
for. He submitted the, what you asked for.
huh?
he
You didn't
submitted
ask for a
pure
lump
hourly
sum,
rates
yes.
instead of a.
You
an
didn't ask
estimate.
for a lump sum, and
He's complete, he just submitted an hourly rate in lieu of a total cost proposal.
then his hourly rate was
So-
$1.30 an hour, or $130, and Sickles was $133, and he's local.
Well, but the difference is, well, Sickles, they have an office in Southampton, don't they?
No.
You sure that?
Neither
Yeah,
Fralinger.
you're charged with some economic development, be nice to throw some,
Oh, I understand, but also we wanna hire
and he has an
people.
office in Salem, that, well, I think if you go in the solid waste facility office,
What's that?
They're not in town.
That was for sale.
Cumberland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has an office in Salem anymore.
well, maybe he doesn't, I mean, he used to.
No. But the point is, we wanna hire some people who we have good success with and give us good results, and they have. You push
And
the
so is
button.
Fralinger,
Huh?
and so is Fralinger.
Oh, yeah? You wanna take?
Well,
After
when
this
I go in
meeting,
the
how
solid
long
waste
did you talk
office,
about it?
when I go in the solid waste office, the one aerial photo that has the best detail and contrast is the Fralinger one from a few years ago.
I would debate you, I don't know if we want to debate in public about their qualifications. I always judge people by the company they keep.
And the county they live in,
Huh?
and the county they
Well,
live in.
yeah, I'm aware of that.
I'm
I'm not
aware-
gonna
we're aware
vote
of
for
it.
someone who's not good when there's someone who is good. And I don't care if you have to go to California to get somebody who's good in certain cases, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, long story short, where we at? We moved and seconded on
Sickles?
Sickles. Number K. Move and second. Question on the motion, there was a question, any other questions? Move and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
No,
Okay. Okay, this is number what?
101.
Let me get that one here.
The Charging Associates, make a motion we approve. P. Accountant.
Second.
Move and second, any questions? Move and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, that's 101. Getting behind here, folks, let me catch up. 102.
Health
Award for
benefits.
fair and open contract for health benefits broker.
Resolution 102. Connor Strong, motion to approve.
Moves, second, move and second, any question on the motion?
Burlington County.
Connor Strong, yeah, they're in Eastham, right?
Marlton?
Eastham, Walton. Move and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. That's it for health benefits, M. That's all the professionals. Now, I'll entertain a motion to award these subject to our executive director getting a affirmative opinion from Brown Connery that we can do it and we have not violated the lazy bidder law.
I'll make that motion.
So-called lazy bidder law.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Moving second, any question on the motion? Moving second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Further, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution that the executive director, if she does get that opinion that it is not legal, we violated a provision of the statute or the rules, that she advertise for bids under the same specifications, and they be received prior to the December meeting. How long do you need? How long do you need?
I can get it done in a week, that's not a
No,
problem.
what's the window you need?
You can give them 10 days,
And so we
I'll
can
make that motion.
If,
December 16th.
move,
Second.
second,
if you, questions, if you make that, if that ends up where you have to redo them, you should put in the topo engineer that you want a lump sum bid,
And there's
because
no
that's what you're going
contract.
to your word on,
Okay.
because it's not in there now.
Give us an idea of 1,000.
So what's the maximum we'll pay on this, which wouldn't exceed?
oh, right, yeah. That's a good question. The guy's going for $50 an hour probably.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't take some out of
Pretty
that. Most one
facetious.
would
Shouldn't take long.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know,
If he knows purchasing, it shouldn't take long at all.
Right.
yeah, I'd say if he's not to exceed 5,000, I would put him in.
So moved.
Second.
Moving second, question on the motion, moving second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? Okay, so here's the route. We notify these people that they have been awarded subject to these procedures we're gonna do. We're gonna get a hold of
We
them.
won't issue any
Honoring.
contracts.
You could just call the state and give them the story, maybe it wouldn't cost anything.
Good.
You got a number?
And the day after election is a holiday for that statute?
None of my
It's a
business.
state contract, state holiday.
Even that peculiar
It's a-
election?
It's a state holiday, even if it's not observed by the local government.
Hey, listen, let me tell you exactly the dates you can do it and can't do it.
I understand, it's the question of whether, okay. That was a queer election, I've been around this business for a long, long time, that was a strange election. It was Wednesday, I almost didn't know, I thought it was Tuesday, but whatever. Let's get it going.
But that's not the election where.
No,
That was
this is
a-
a general
that was-
election.
Oh, was it the general?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought it was the,
Yeah, it's the
No,
November
federal
official election,
okay.
it's whatever day it was.
Yeah, that one was allowed. The general election for the senator was allowed.
Yeah.
That wasn't considered a holiday.
That's not a state holiday.
Okay, where are we at? I'm getting tired here.
Resolution 103.
Oh,
Right, Ron, there? 104?
I have resolution 103.
so we're on the solid waste tariff, right?
Yes, unless I missed one.
Well, I made one requesting the attorney. Does that count?
Those are motions,
Yeah,
not
okay.
resolutions.
What number is?
103.
Now you're on 104, the next one is 104. I'm sorry.
104.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, this is the tariff we've talked about for some time. It's in conformity to our 20-year plan, conformity to our 5-year plan. Is that correct?
It's in conformity with our short-term 6-year plan that we
Right.
started
6-year,
in
right.
2011, and also our 25-year plan, which is the long-range plan for the rest of the
Right.
facility.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Moving second, question on the motion?
Just a notation, if I may?
Yes, sure.
Okay. This was the third year of the rate adjustments that we did discuss back in 2011. Our rates, even after these adjustments, are still the lowest in New Jersey. It is within the municipal and county cap laws of 2%, which is the commitment that we made to our local and non-local municipal and county customers. It also, in specific line items, decreases the asphalt and concrete fee because we are building a haul road, and it is something that material is something that's desirable to us. It does affect right now type 10, 13, and 27 ID wastes by a 2% increase. It does adjust the rate for tires. They have not been adjusted since 2011. And our philosophy on the tires is we don't want to make money, but we don't want to lose money on the tires. So this adjusts the revenue and the expenditures for those tires. And it also adds a road-based material at $0 if the Improvement Authority needs that material, and it can be coming in certified clean. So if they're doing road millings on a local or county road, and we need the millings for the haul roads, we will take it in at zero cost. And we also provided a sample contract, which has been reviewed by our risk management attorneys and our statewide JIF, and there's also a list of our current customers on there.
Okay, so that was a question on the motion. Any other question on the motion? Moving second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Okay, number O. Change order number 1 to TKT for leachate tank number 2. What's that all about?
This is a change order for the second leachate tank in the amount of $3,025 for the pollution control liability policy that we required subsequent to the bid for the leachate tank project.
Motion to approve?
Moved.
Second.
Second, all those in favor. Question?
This was not in the bid,
It was not in the
Not in
bid.
the bid. no.
Resolution number 105.
so when were you advised of it? Because it was advised by the engineer and risk management consultants.
The risk management consultant, when they evaluated the contract, recommended it after conferring with the attorney to determine, after conferring with the engineer to determine whether there could be leachate beyond the footprint of the line.
That's 105 or 6? Okay, any other question on the motion? Moving second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? So ordered. Resolution corrected minutes of September 23rd, what's that all about?
In the minutes for September, there was a notation of Resolution 72 was noted twice, and Resolution 72 needs to be corrected to reflect Resolution 74 to cancel the void check for solid waste division.
So it's a change in the,
Only in the minutes. The resolutions were numbered correctly.
Resolution number 106, motion to approve?
Second.
moving second, all those, any question? No question, all in favor signify by saying aye. Resolution authorizing shared service agreement with the county of Salem for limited information technology.
Resolution 107, motion to approve?
Second.
Moving second, any question on the motion? We went through that in your executive director's report.
And
Yes,
there-
sir.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I raised a question, Madam Director, that there's a discrepancy between the actual number figure that's in the resolution and the verbiage of files. I would just like to say that amend that to reflect $400, not
It's in the shared
$800.
service agreement, page 1
Correct.
of 2. That was drafted by the county.
Who drafted it?
County.
County attorney? Okay. I just raised the phone. All right, so that, we didn't do no action on it, okay.
No, just
So
initial.
moved and seconded, any questions on the motion? No questions, moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, correspondence. By the way, you know, the people who are work employed by the authority, they can leave, right? You don't want, you can stay if you feel like it, but without objection, we can take you guys home. Yeah, you can stay.
You need anything on public?
You'd rather be here than home. You can stay. Okay. Correspondence, you all had a chance to look over the correspondence, any questions? If no question without objection, I'll order correspondence received and filed. There are no objections, so ordered. Public comment, okay, we're ready. entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Move second. Jackson, okay, move second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Okay, anybody in the public have any questions or comments? Yes? Yes?
I just wanted
Sure.
to ask if I could, for you, to the council, why would you make these professional services tonight and not at reorganization?
Well, that's not his business, that's our business, because we've done it that way for a number of years, and that's the way we've done it. Why change?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was the same question I was gonna ask, if you gave consideration to the comment that I made a year ago when this happened, that if you were trying to align them with the reorganization. Obviously, that didn't.
No, we're trying to align them with the best people, best qualified people for the job. People we've had experience with. That's, I don't know what anybody else feels about it, that's what I feel about it. I've had experience, most everybody talking about here, okay? And some of the people who were suggested I've had experience with, very poor experience with someone. And you want to go over a beer sometime, I'll tell you something.
And they won't work through February, or December through February, or?
Well, it's always been my understanding that we did this a couple of years ago as a change that we made in order to keep it to the calendar year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's actually my understanding, so why we
Exactly, because
began doing this.
before we used to do it by,
Reorganization.
well, yeah, but then we did it some in June also at the budget, and it was all over the place. So we said, why don't we get it all online, and basically, we decided to do it so it lines
I
up with the
think the
budget.
auditor also recommended it, didn't he, in the past? That we ought to get them all.
They
on the
strongly
same-
suggested when we're having issues prior to my arrival here with contract renewals, that we do get them on some cycle.
Yes.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
because they were
All over the place. What would happen was, somebody's contract would run out, and everybody forget about it. Oh, you're in June? Oh, I thought you were August. I thought you were in January. After a while, it was like all over, and then we'd be going through this process 3-4 times a year. And how it got that way is, originally, there was no need for any professionals aside from an attorney. And so perhaps I forget when, but perhaps in October, they said we needed an engineer. So they hired an engineer. And the next June, we needed a financial advisor. We hired them. And again, it got all over the place. So we figured, let's get it lined up. And about 3, 4, 5 years ago, when the time it got confusing is when we got into the nursing home business. So that's what we said, let's get it all together and keep it as one. That's how we got here. So, any other questions?
No, I think you could still do the fiscal year.
Pardon?
You could still do the organization year for the these appointments.
From February to February, you're suggesting?
Yes, I don't
So
know.
you can get the proposals in January, and at reorganization, you make those appointments.
Well,
Or in February, you make them.
you can make them in June, you can make them in July, you can make them in September. Matter of fact, I asked you to check out some of the other authorities, when do they generally do it?
They're all over the board, just like we are. There are some who do theirs at reorganization, there are some that do January to January, and there are some that do them as needed throughout the course of the year. So there is no consistency with the abilities.
Okay, any other comments from the public? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public portion.
Make that motion?
Second.
Move to second. All in favor, stand by saying aye. Where was the lady, she usually has a comment?
She just came to wish us a happy Thanksgiving.
Get that.
She had other things to do
She's a
tonight.
nice- she's a nice person.
Ann Sullivan says, happy Thanksgiving.
If I may, on the